Hello there guys, what is going on? Welcome to Pure Trading with another strategy video. This one is going to be about a zone trade, or it's called the zone trading strategy. The tools here, simple one. This is a classic candlestick chart, nothing fancy. We have a moving average, we have three. We have a 50 period simple moving average, and we have two exponential moving averages. One is the 8 period moving average, exponential, and then the red one here is going to be our 20 period moving average. We need to determine the trend firstly. So the trend here is going to be defined by the moving average, so the 50 period moving average. If prices are trading above the 50 period moving average, we are looking only for buying opportunities. When prices are trading below the 50 period moving average, then we are looking only at selling opportunities. So the zone, where does the zone come in with the zone trade? So it's in between the moving averages. So what we have here is a zone. Prices, or the area in between the 8 period moving average there and the 20 period moving average. That is my zone. And then what we like to see is confluence inside the zone. So we want to see trend lines, we want to see support and resistance, those sorts of confluence we want to see together with prices being inside the zone. So in this case here, there would be a support and resistance here. So the prices were at support here, or sorry, resistance, and then comes back up to resistance, breaks through resistance, and then comes back down, and then preferably this is your would be support. So we want this to be like a confluence inside there. So at this area, this is no good. There is no confluence in that area. Let's continue with the chart here and see if we get any sort of setup. What we also like to see here is momentum. And the momentum is going to be proven to us by price. So when prices are trading in this tight little range here, and then you have this massive surge up, then we can see that a whole lot of buyers has just come into the market at this point here. So at this point, a lot of buyers has come in, and that proves that there is momentum to the long side. And for some more visual for us, we're using the MACD so that we can identify the momentum and confirm good trade setups. We are looking at the MACD with the settings 21, 50, and 12. So it's a standard moving average on your MetaTrader platform with 21, 50, and 12. And we just noticed the momentum pushing to the long side. So now what you need to see is the momentum bars here making higher highs. Or if it was here, it started off here, it's making higher lows. So it's higher lows and higher highs. So as long as the histogram is making the higher lows here and the higher highs, then we are okay to try for a long opportunity. In this case also, we can see these trend lines here being drawn here. The trend is going to be confirmed with at least 2 touches, but the more the merrier. We can call this 3 touches there, 1, 2, and 3, and the breakthrough with the momentum comes back down into the area, into the zone, and then that's your long opportunity. So if prices are above the EMAs and it pulls back down into the zone, and we have some sort of support or a trend line close by, like in this case here we have a nice support equals resistance here. We can see prices were resisting off that area. It acted as resistance here, breaks through, again resistance, and then becomes support over here inside the zone. Yeah, So what we have is a zone trade. As prices comes back down into the area between the 8 and the 20 period moving average, that is my zone, and the zone together with some confluence, that is where I would like to start entering the trade. Let's move on here and see if we get anything after this momentum move up. So prices are trading above the 50 moving average. We are not inside the zone yet. We do have our support and resistance areas here. That would be inside the zone now. And we also have a little bit of support over there because of that range. So if prices comes back down into the zone, then we'll be looking for a buying opportunity there. So here in this case, prices doesn't really come into the zone. So we are not looking at that as my buying opportunity. So we need to go a bit further. The momentum is still proven to be up to the long side. We have this little range here now. Let's highlight the range. That's my range. We have the bullish bar going up. We have the histogram making higher highs. And another thing that we need to take notice of is that our EMAs needs to be flared out in at least a 45-degree angle here. If it's this narrow sort of angles, then we are not happy at all with this with trend trading. It needs to have this sort of separation. You see how nice and flared out the EMAs are here in this area? Whereas in this area, it's not flared out at all, it's more parallel. But here we have nice angle and separation of the EMAs. We have our bar is broken through this little range, and our histogram is making higher highs, so we do have momentum to the long side. So what we're looking for is a retracement now back into the zone, which is that area, and that zone also has a nice confluence with your support and resistance here. Let's see if we can get any sort of entries there. So here prices has come into the area now, so now we are quite happy to start looking to buy. So there are many different ways of buying in or taking an entry. You can either just buy it based on the idea that prices has come into the zone, or you could wait for some sort of a rejection of that area. So that's all up to you. As I said, the strategies are, you can use them as a holistic strategy, or you can use them just to complement your own sort of strategy. So it really depends. You can go to the lower time frame here and also try and get an entry based on your own sort of system. So this is just another method of trying to find the zone. So we are nicely inside the zone now, and we've touched the support area. Resistance turned into support here, and we're in the zone. So it's a good idea just to start pulling the trigger here and trying to get a nice long opportunity there. Your stops is just below the swing low in this case. So we can see that is a swing low. Swing low is really defined when you have the two candles to the left of it. The lows here are higher up, and then the two candles to the right here, the lows here are also higher up. So then you have this point. So you can have your stops just underneath there. And then your first point of target here could be something like this here. You have your first point of resistance there. You could have your stop losses under there. So in this case, and depending on your strategy and your style, it also depends on how you usually take your entries. But this year it's in the zone, so you're looking to buy. So even if you've just bought on the 4-hourly here without dropping down to lower time frames, let's see what happens here. So we're getting a nice surge up there now. Comes back down. Our stops are still okay. Stops are still there. And then there we go. We hit our first target there. And then depending again on how you manage your trade, maybe you could start looking at, what the price action looks like at the area over here. So there are many ways of trying to manage that trade. But that is the zone trade for you. Nice one, just to try and find where your profit points are, where your zone is, where you would like to start looking to trade. The opposite idea for short trades is when you are looking at, like, in this area over here. Here we can see prices are trading below the 50 period moving average now, and we're getting the histogram for momentum. We're having lower highs here and then lower lows, so the momentum is proving to the short side. And then prices comes back into the zone. This is where you are looking to take that shorting again as soon as prices comes back into the zone. But remember, you're looking across all the time frames. You're looking at this is the same trade on the hourly chart. So you looking at the angle of separation here. You're looking at prices going up, the histogram, nice bullish bar up here, back into the zone, and then trying to look for long opportunities. Every time prices gets into the zone, we're looking for that long opportunities, as long as we have the 50 period moving average below the price here in this case. Yeah, so any questions on this little strategy, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thumbs up if you liked the video, if you found any value there. And the most important thing, no matter what videos you are watching, no matter where you're getting your education from, is to trade safely and prosper.